Where is your childhood best friend now? Have you kept in touch? Did they accomplish something amazing, become addicted to drugs, get married to your ex-girlfriend? She is still my best friend. Since the first grade, it's always been Chris and Christine. We even ducking look alike. We've remained tight throughout various moves across the province, jerk boyfriends, stupid parents, the works. In fact, we're even dating two guys who are very good friends themselves. We haven't even lived in the same city for 7 years. All my childhood friends were Mormon, so they went on a mission, then to BYU, found a wife and now have kids. They were really nice people, but when I turned 14 I discovered pot, booze, critical thinking, and girls, so we drifted apart. Now we are just Facebook friends. I really had 3 when I was younger. They were all good guys, and we were all kind of different personalities. Vern got married and runs a forklift in Castle Rock. Ted wanted to join the military, but his shitey eyesight kept him out. He became a criminal and then reformed. He's kind of a handy man now. Chris remained friends with me a lot longer. He went through the advanced classes and eventually became a lawyer. Until about a week ago, when he got stabbed trying to break up a fight at some fast food place. We went on a crazy adventure one time. Maybe one day I will share it with you guys. I have no idea. Friends for 20 plus years. We're all 25. Both are my roommates. I moved away from my best early childhood friend when I was 9 and the gaps between visits got bigger and bigger. During the first year I moved, I got to see him 3 times. The second year I saw him once. Then not for 2 years. I now see him about once every 2 to 3 years, and, though we don't do much to keep in touch, we never miss a beat when we do hang out, which is always really surprising to me. In our 16 years separated by 1,000 miles and completely different US cultures, Connecticut or New York versus Texas or Arkansas, we have developed really similar tastes, attitudes, and lifestyle choices. It's been a long time since I'd consider myself to have a best friend, since I cherish all my close buds for different reasons, but in another life without that early childhood separation I'm sure we'd be thick as thieves. Didn't keep in touch past high school. He's in jail now. This is the relevant news story. Probably gonna get buried, but we all went separate ways after high school but keep in contact. Started in Michigan. One finishing computer graphics degree, University of Dubuque, and wanted to work for Pixar, but he felt the call and is now headed to seminary school in St. Louis. 2 working on a music teaching degree at Central Michigan and leading our marching band's cymbal line. 3 attending the Citadel Military College of South Carolina on full scholarship, history, and joined the U.S. Army National Guard Reserve. 4 attending Michigan Tech for computer engineering and interning at Hamilton-Sudstrad in Illinois. He has 2 kids and still busses at the same Japanese restaurant he worked for in high school. We graduated in 03. 2 are married and finished with school, so they are just existing and probably not having decks. 1 is engaged and doing amazing things in grad school, 2 are addicted to drugs, and 1 is in the psych hospital on temporary hold. She's also my roommate, she gets out tomorrow. He found me on Facebook and proceeded to fall for me after we hung out a few times. I did not return the feelings. We are polar opposites. She's about 20 minutes away, married with 2 kids, a stay-at-home mom. We're edging up to 25 years of friendship. Happy smiley. My 2 best friends from back when I lived in northern Canada I recently tracked down on Facebook about a week ago. One has turned into a high school dropout heavy drug user and the other has gone on to earn a psychology degree, nearly a Spanish degree, and is contemplating a master's. Does anyone else feel guilty that they have no idea what has happened to their childhood best friend? I'm still in contact with most of them, except one. We all kind of lost contact with him, then we tracked him down when one of us was getting married and we wanted him to attend it, then shortly after lost contact with him again. Then last year I spotted him on some show on Science Channel. She got married 2 weeks ago Saturday. I was her maid of honor. We moved away after 4th grade, and I lost contact with her. Probably for the best. In 7th grade she got caught having sex with her middle school band teacher. She was pregnant by the time she was 15, I assume by someone other than the band teacher, and got all into meth or something. That's the last I heard. A Google search turns up nothing of her. He still lives across the street. We hang out less now because his girlfriend pulled the goalie, suspicions anyway, and is now preggers. I expect to hear less and less from him until he is but a distant memory. There's always Goldeye Buddy. Chilly in Austin, hobnobbing with hipster musicians. Played tambourine in a band, told me he met Bill Murray, who was like our favorite actor, and got to hang with him. Also knows a lot of guy from big acts like MGMT, Modest Mouse. Said Bill Murray was cool, but for some reason when Bill was walking by him he put his elbow into his face and said Stockton. Graduate school. Went to school with him until graduation. He's in Minnesota, freelance programming and working on some mathematical problems, and I think volunteering for a hospital. He'll be in med school next year. I saw him about a month ago, but we likely won't keep in touch much now that he's far away. I'm horrible with keeping in touch with people. Mine lives a few blocks away and we talk frequently, though we've drifted apart for periods of time over the years. I've known her for 28 years now. She's developed a chronic illness that leaves her in and out of the hospital frequently and otherwise lives a very simple life. She likes my kids, but has none and has never married. Not very interesting, I'm afraid. Really the only noteworthy thing is that we grew up to be exact opposites: political views, lifestyles, job types, everything. My childhood best friend is my ex-girlfriend. Shite sucks. I didn't have many. This one girl I kind of grew up with still lives in the same town. I found her on Facebook, but I'm not sure if I'll contact her or not. For both of them, living with their girlfriend, working full-time. One is still back home, the other is in maybe Edmonton. Lost his arm in a bad wreck about 8 months ago. I haven't seen him in a few years, but we still talk. She's a full-time server at Red Lobster. Dropped out of college twice. Lives with her boyfriend and their pug. But we still hang out all the time. One is married and the other is engaged, though I don't really talk to them much, so I don't know if they lived their dreams or, well, I don't know anything about them present day. The one I do keep in contact with is in grad school and we're meeting for brunch tomorrow. My first best friend was my neighbor. We were best friends from the age you were old enough to have friends until I was 11, then he moved away. He's been absent from my life since then, except for one time in 2001 when he came to visit. I've spoken with him off and on over the years. He moved because his father cheated on his mother, so his mom packed him up and moved to Virginia, from Florida. His father then committed suicide, although he thinks it was just an accident. He became emo for a while, then hardcore Christian for a while, then turned to drugs and is currently serving some time for the selling and distribution of drugs, I believe. I'm 22 now. I miss those good old days, but they aren't coming back, so I just remember them for what they were. She still lives in our hometown. I have escaped. We never talk, but are Facebook friends. We were friends for 13 years. I think I've changed a lot. She seems the same, but I wouldn't know for real since we never talk. I wish I knew. I keep looking for his Facebook profile every couple months. Growing up I had several. One I can't find cause I can't remember her last name, and she moved when we were about to start middle school. One that went on to be a strange pathological liar, is now out in California with a kid as a cop. One that is currently Euro-traveling before coming home and trying to get into grad school, and of the several, the only one from my childhood that I'm still friends with, though I'd hardly say we're best friends. Guy started doing meth, moved to Tri-Cities, WA and had 3 kids. Started a meth lab and sold for a while. Meth lab blew up, burned the house down and his wife went to prison and for some reason not him. Dude moved back home, is taking care of 3 kids and is meth-free for 2 years now. We're good friends for a long time, he went one route and I went the other. Shortly after I left for college. Became addicted to Oxycontin. Went to rehab. Became addicted to cocaine. Got diagnosed with leukemia. He's only 26. We go to the same university after a time of going to separate middle schools and such. We planned on dorming, but I didn't want to see how he actually at home and dislike him from it, so I opted out, so preserve our friendship. Don't live with friends. Friends are disgusting in their personal lives, that's why they're your friends. Facebook is about the only way a few of us kept in touch, the other from very young and in my old town. I moved at age 9, I don't know anything about anymore. My first friend in my new town I still keep in touch with as our families have stayed close through the years, and another that I don't keep in touch with is a stage actress in Chicago. Besides that, Facebook has linked others and the rest I hear about through the grapevine occasionally. Haven't really kept in touch too much. I see him sometimes when I come back home, but only when I'm in the car, so it's just a wave now, haha. He's going to college in the state, not sure what he's studying, and his new girlfriend is an alcoholic. That's all I know about him as of right now. Thank you for watching and listening to this video. Please share your own stories, experiences and comments below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you liked the video. Have you got a suggestion? Write it below. See you next time. Bye.